Oh, we got a super cute one. We're going to do a fairy house. We're going back to our roots, right? This will be a multi episode one. And I think today we'll have just enough time to do all the plants. So keep watching. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. For some reason, I thought this was a cute bee, but it's a Handicraft. I get these every once in a while. I think the last one was the dome house. They, I like theirs, or maybe the little tea house. It's they do a lot of the very intricate, and I will tell you, when I opened this up, the first thing I thought of was like, oh no, I forgot. This one has a lot of plants. I don't think it's as many as the Emily's Flower House and those, but yep, we got some plants to do. This one's packaged very differently. It's kind of a bag within a bag, and nothing is labeled. But in the beginning of the instruction book, I will say it does clearly tell you what is what. So if it's pretty easy to tell. I haven't got into, building the wood parts yet, but yeah, I saw the plants there and it's like, oh, we don't have to make a whole lot. And it does have a lot of lights, so this is going to be interesting. And it's got a music box, so wiring's going to be fun. I think I'll probably have to do a whole episode of just wiring, because that seems to be the toughest thing for anybody. Even me. I have troubles too. But let's get into this, and we'll do the very first thing, and it's like, oh, we got to make a tree. Well, let's just dive on in. All right, we got the basic components. Once you break it down, it's not that bad. I will admit that I got this kit a long time ago. I think I got it for Christmas. Yes, I got this one for Christmas. It was a Christmas present. And I did take a sneak peek and go, oh, I'm not in the mood to do this. You get the feeling like, I don't want to do that, but we're going to do it now. It's summer. We got to get into the flower mode. And you know what? I don't think we've built, maybe we have, a tree quite like this. So the first thing you're going to do, probably the hardest thing in the whole bunch, is untangle it all. And then we need 16 pieces. I accidentally, for some reason, I saw 15 centimeters and I cut 15 pieces. It got mixed up in my head. It doesn't matter. Even if you made 17 pieces or 14, the tree will still look like a tree. Just don't do 2 pieces. All right, we got all our pieces. We're going to kind of level them out as best as you can. I'm from the future. It does not matter if they're all wonky. If some are longer, some are shorter, it's okay. And then I'm just going to kind of, because it says how far up they want, where the roots start. So now when I was making this, I wasn't sure the purpose of this little pipe cleaner. It is purely to hold it in place for you. You take it off later on, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I didn't know that at this time, so I kind of tried to make it nice and tight and look decent. You don't have to do that. It just holds it together. You could even tape it if you didn't have the little pipe cleaner. Now you're going to want some decent pliers, maybe 2 pairs, because these are tough to twist sometimes. So we're just making the trunk of the tree. So you just twist it up as far as you think it looks right. And then we're going to start splitting the branches. And it does give you a diagram there of kind of how they want it. And since I was a wire short, it still worked. I just kind of evened it out here and there. And you don't have to go exactly by their chart. It's kind of nice guide to kind of give you an idea that goes 2 by 2 by 2. But you can do it however. A tree is however you want it to look. And you should end up with something kind of like that, which looks cool as it is, but there's a few more steps to go. Okay, so all those little single lines, you're going to take your toothpick, they do provide it, and you're going to do a curl. So you're going to make little springs. It's a little awkward to get going at first. You just wrap it around like you're curling your hair here. And you can do it as tight as or as loose as you want. And you're going to do every single one. Ta-da! Now we got a curly tree. There is a reason for these. This is so that you have something to grab all those flowers that you're going to stick on there. Now, what they want you to do is kind of pull it loose and then curl them around so that you have little bunches at the ends of each of the branches. We're just making a surface to put glue and the little moss, the pink moss on it. Something to stick to. Once you got the top kind of where you want it, I will say is don't look at it too much, because the more you look at it, the more wrong it looks in your brain. Just go with your gut and keep going. Trees aren't symmetrical or anything, so there's no wrong way to do this tree. Now we're going to take this piece off. This is where I'm regretting that I put it on a little too tight. I could have just cut it off. So that marks where our trunk ends and our roots start. So we're going to kind of do the same thing as we did to the top and split them all up and then twist them together. It's looking like a cool tree. All right, Now, our tree in this little area, diorama, is clung to a rock. And how we're going to make a rock is from this foam. They give you a whole brick of it. I don't think you're going to end up using all of it, but if you mess it up, actually you can't really mess it up because a rock is kind of however you want it to look. You literally could go out in your yard and pick up a rock if you wanted to. I thought about it. I did think about it. But just cut it to size, and then you kind of jagged it all up. No right or wrong way to do this. Now we got our rock looking kind of how we want it. It's going to go somewhere like that. Now we can keep twisting up our tree here. So all those little fingers that we made on the roots, you're just going to twist it up. Again, there is no wrong way to do this. Just make it how it looks right to you. And now we're going to take our rock. I left a flat side on purpose, so that's probably going to glue right into our little garden area. So we'll put the flat side down and then just wrap the roots around. Kind of like it's grabbing it with its hands. Something like that. Now you're going to notice that you have some overlap at the bottom and it's really loose. So we're going to trim it and we're going to glue it in place. I'm using my new favorite glue is Fabri-Tac. Probably a good E6000 would be good. Oh, I don't know. That might melt the foam. The Fabri-Tac did not melt it, which I thought for sure it would. So it's pretty good glue. It's a little on the spendy side, but it's a good all-purpose glue. And the Eileen's tacky glue would have worked too. You just would have had to hold it there longer to dry. Definitely test your glue, whatever glue you're going to use, on the foam first, because there are some that will melt the foam. Although it would just add to the rock effect. Look at that. We made a tree. This would be a great tree for like a haunted house or something like that. But we're going to make it happy by putting spring sakura flowers, cherry blossoms. So I got a lid And I'm going to pour a bunch of this, it's basically chopped up foam. If you ever want to make that on your own, you just get yourself either a piece of that foam board or sponges and just chop it up in one of those coffee grinder things, and you got yourself this. Just a fun tip for you. So what we're going to do is every area that has the curly Q, put a glob of glue, be generous, and I'm going to the white glue, the Eileen's tacky glue for me. Whatever glue, you could probably use Elmer's on this. It'd be fine. Or any kind of school glue. They did not provide glue in this kit. And then I'm just going to dunk it right in. Bloop. Just like that. Now, they show a little timer on the instructions. That just means let it dry, add more glue, add more flowers. Which I definitely did. So you just got to kind of wait in between. Because if you keep adding glue, you know that it'll stick right to it and it'll take some of it off. So just keep adding layers until it's where you want it to be. I imagine no two trees are going to look the same, which they don't in real life. It's getting pretty close there, and now I'm going to add a little bit to the bottom because all those cherry blossoms are kind of falling on the roots there. This is where you just eyeball it and do your own thing. You can put a lot of it, you can put a little bit. And there we go. We made a tree. That wasn't bad at all. We got probably the toughest thing done. And we did it first thing, got it out of the way. Now we're going to go on to flowers. I'm going to do all of them. I kind of went through the book and searched out all the flowers because I like to get them all done and then you don't have to think about it. And we can do the fun stuff like making the buildings and putting it together. So this one, if you've done a few kits, you've done this type of grass leaves before. So it gives you the measurements. This particular one, there's 3 that's 3 by 1.5 centimeters. So just do that, and then you're just going to jag it. There's a couple ways. I did it both ways, actually. You could either just fringe it up, just do straight shot, would look just fine. Or you can kind of angle your scissors or your cutter left, right, left, right, left, right, and it makes it more of a spiky look. However is easier for you. And another good tip, if you have to make more than one, cut all your pieces out, stack them up, and then fringe them up. Then you got all 3 done at the same time. Saves a lot of time. And they don't have to be perfect. They're leaves, you know. They just need to be frilly and spiky. All right. So they gave you these little funky orange bulb looking things. I guess they're supposed to be like tulips, maybe? I'm not sure. So we're going to cut our wire to size. It's 2.5 centimeters. And then we're going to glue each one of those little orange bulbs to the top. Once you get this far, then you're just going to wrap your little leaves all the way around. I did start doing it, by hand like we always have done. But now I've been spoiled with the quilling tool. I will recommend a quilling tool. And I rolled it with the quilling tool, and then just put I put the flower in the middle. However makes it easier for you. And you do want to make sure that you leave a stem at the bottom because that's going to jam into another piece of foam. And you just floof them up, and you should have 3 little flowers there. With this kit, you're going to get really good at making foam rocks. That's why I like doing these kits and then doing my own thing. You learn a different technique with every one. There's always something that you're like, oh, well, that's clever. I'm going to use that in some of my other projects. It's kind of a take the class and then do your own thing later on. That kind of thing. So this one, we're just going to make a kind of a long, kind of a smile shape rock. And you just carve it up, however. My basic goal in my brain is taking that smooth part off. Once you chip away at that, then it kind of looks like a rock. And this one is going to eventually get cut in half lengthwise. And for this one, we got kind of these little seeds and a green moss. So we're just going to put glue all over the place and then put the green moss on. And then you're going to cover it in that brown, looks like seeds, rocks. I'm not sure what it is. Once you get it where you want it, you can put, there's a reason we put the little stems at the bottom of each one of these flowers, and just jam them in there. Just like that. We got another rock. This is the other half of the rock that we just made, so I figured, you know what? I'm just going to use this piece. Just cut it to the size they want. A little smaller. Why waste it, right? And this is another reason I like to do all the same type of thing all together. I have leftover moss here from the last rock we just did. Why not use that? So I use a toothpick this time to help me out. Make it kind of like a rock lollipop here. Cover it in glue and then tap it in the moss there. Just like that. Again, there's no right or wrong way. You can either cover it completely, do it really light. It's fine. Just like that. And that glue dries clear, so you won't see it. All right, now we're going to make it again, or the leaves again. And this time I'm just going to do a fringe. My hands are getting tired. I'm just going to fringe it up. All the flower bunches going forward will pretty much have this little piece. So you just cut it to size, and you're going to cut the floof off the one end. It's tricky. I wanted to find my littler scissors. You know, the manicure scissors would have worked really great for this, but I only had these handy, so. But it worked. It's just a little awkward. Just get right down there. Kind of like a little gradient effect there. You could leave it on if you really wanted to. It won't ruin the effect. Once you get it about where you want it, then you're just going to curl it up like a little Dr. Seuss plant here. Or Nightmare Before Christmas plant. I think it's a fern, but that's boring. We like Dr. Seuss. Alright, so this one we're just going to take all our parts and pieces for this particular flower. They wanted the little pink guys, they want one of these little ferns, and then we're just going to roll it up like we're making a little spring roll. Just get it about where you want it. You're going to trim the ends, so you're fine. I just made sure that the little green piece was in, so I don't have to cut that one. And then the rest kind of even it out. So roll it up. Unfortunately, you can't use the quilling tool in this one. It'd be a little tricky. And glue it and roll it. And then we're going to trim the excess at the end. And this one doesn't have any green piece in it. No green piece. So you just roll it straight. Again, all of these are exactly the same. So fringe it up, roll it up. So these two pieces, we're going to take it and we're going to stick it, remember this? So I left it on the little, it's a cuticle stick, but it works. It has a pointy end at one end. And we're just I'm going to use the toothpick that they provided and make holes so that we can stick those in. It'll look a little something like this. And we're getting these all done. We don't have to think about them later. Plus it gives them time to dry and things like that, and fix them if we need to. All right, we have a whole bunch of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got a couple more that have a rock and a vase. So let's just crank them out. And pay attention to if it says ×2, ×3, how many at once, because I'll be honest, I've missed that a few times. And then you have to go back, they wanted 3 of these. So just cut all your pieces, fringe them up all together, and go to town. Let's make a bunch of flowers. And ta-da! We have a whole bunch of little flower bouquets. We can start a mini flower business on the side of the road. All right, we still have a few more plants straggling through the book, so let's get those done. We got an easy one. It's just grass stuck in a rock. We've done all these parts. It's just in a different configuration. And now we got the leaves, the flowers, but this time it's in a bead or a pot. See, once you learn one way, you can make all sorts of different versions of this. Okay, this is towards the middle of the book, but I count this as flowers and we need to get these done. We've if you've done, oh gosh, there's a few kits that have this version of plant. So basically what you're going to do is fold the paper in half so that you have the leaf on both sides, and then you're going to cut the little hole in the middle there, cut your wires to size, and then you're going to put glue. You're going to sandwich the wire in between the leaves. I'll show you. And then once you have that all glued together, you just cut all the leaves apart. And you got a whole bunch of these tropical indoor plants for us here. It's probably outdoor somewhere else. I found one more we can do now. It's the same thing as the last one, except it's even easier because there's no wire involved. So we're just going to fold it in half, glue it together, cut them out, and we got a whole bunch of leaves. Phew, we did it. We made all the plants. I'm sure there's some that we missed that I figured we'd just make them as we go because there's vines on the walls, things like that. That you kind of have to make it as you go. But all the ones that we can do ahead of time, we did it. We made a tree. We made a big old tree. Well, a tiny big tree. We made a whole bunch of flowers and we learned how to make rocks. So I think that's a good day's work, don't you think? So don't forget to, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because we got more to come. You don't want to miss it. There's places that these plants go and you don't want to miss where they are, right? Right. And I'm not sure if it's going to be 2 more videos or 1 more, but we definitely have a lot of stuff to go. And if you haven't already, also hit the like button. I appreciate it. It gets me in your algorithm. Not just me, but other people like me. There's a lot of us out there that love to do these miniatures. And leave a comment. You like it? Should we keep going? Of course we're keeping going. I'll see you in the next one, and have a great day. Bye.